This is Coach Dixon, Just Throw It Texas, coming at you again, my fellow man. All right, we're going to go over some terminology. I always try to get technical with you because training is more than just the training the quarterbacks on 5-step drop, this step drop, how to mechanically throw. They got to have it up here. They got to understand these defenses and what these defenses are doing. You got a lot of these coaches and trainers out there teaching them just how to run, jump, move their feet, do this, come down, 7-step, 3-step, drop. But then when they get on that board, they know nothing. They know nothing about playing that quarterback position. They know nothing because they haven't been taught. A lot of these quarterbacks, high school quarterback coach, they don't teach these kids jack. They just teach them what they want them to know in their system. They don't know how to play that position. And I always tell my quarterbacks, you don't know who's up in that stand watching you. You don't know who's watching you. So you better be doing everything correctly. But you're not going to do it correctly unless you have reps, 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 reps. All right, let's get into this. Okay, terminology overview. The digital system. Example. 4-3 means the line is going to be 4 down line. Usually 2 ends, a tackle, a nose, or 2 tackles, and 2 defensive ends. The first digit, like I said, is the line. Second digits are the linebackers, saying 4 down linemen, 3 linebackers. They usually have some type of Mike, Will, Sam, Mike, Will, Jack, Mike, Will, R. You know, you can name them just about anything you want to. Now, personnel grouping is heavy. Heavy is like how many people they could have in the box. Base. It could be your baseline defense. You have 7 baseline defense, basic. Nickel is when you have like 6 defensive back. Dime when you have 5 DBs. Light is your regular. Excuse me, I got mixed up. Heavy is when you have like 8 DBs. Basic, like you could be your basic. They could run 7 defensive backs. You'll see. And the terms, nickel, 5 defensive back, dimes, 6 defensive backs, and quarters, 7 DBs, playing specifically pass. Okay, here we go. Personnel family breakdown. Personnel group base. 4-3. Extra terms to know. None. All right. Here you go. Personnel 4-3. You have 4 down linemen. You have a strong end. Strong tackle, weak end, weak tackle. Then 3, you have 3 linebackers, Sam, Mike, Will. Okay, and you have, they are facing a 2x2. Okay, that strong end, usually going to be your rush end. Strong tackle to the heavy side, and that's to the weak side, the weak end. Okay, now, as you watch and as you see, as the lineup is 4, and they're going to take care of their different gap responsibilities. You know, then you have this Sam linebacker. Sam linebacker is going to be covering hook to curl. Middle linebacker, middle to hook to curl. And Will. He might rush or he's going to go back and he'll cover hook to curl since he's on that side. Cornerback This is like a cover 2. He's playing in the flats. Free safety, playing over top. One half the field, strong safety is playing over top. Okay. Now, same thing. In a 4-3, cornerback's playing to the outside. He's playing a little up on the guy. Then cover 2. And they have strong safety to the strong side of the field. This is a 3-by-1 setup. As you look at the Sam backer, he's removed. Now he's out there in the flat area, a little bit inside of the safety. All right. Here we go. Personnel family group breakdown. Personnel group, nickel. Okay. Personnel 4-2 nickel. Extra terms to know. Nickel is a personal term used to identify 5 defensive backs in the game. You got to pay attention. Now they got 5 defensive backs. They took out one of those linebackers. All right. We're on that nickel. Now on the nickel, we have 2-by-2. See the Z and the Y on one side, and the F and the X is on the other side. We had a strong end, strong tackle, weak end. Okay? And we in a 4-2. A 4-2-5. Okay? With that weak end. Then we go to that the 2. You have the Sam backer and the Mike. Sam is on the strong side because the tight end is lined up. He's not detached. So he's our Sam backer. So this could be cover 2. Look at the cornerbacks. Look at the Mike. Find that Mike. And this thing, cornerback, got the flats. He's going to try to funnel your player or the wide receiver into the inside because he has help. He has help from the Mike backer and also the safety and the free safety. Same thing. He has over top. This is a cover 2. Now, this is what you call a shell because them safeties can move. Especially that strong safety, he move up and down. And then they got a nickel. You got to understand, nickel, there's 5 defensive backs. Look at those numbers if you have to. He could be numbered from 0 to 49. And he's going to come in as an extra defensive back, and he's going to play this guy into the flats. Or he's going to play hook and curl. Because they want him to run basically with this other guy. Now, and as you look at this, as I switch it over, you know, you have still the strong end. Now the weak end is on the other side because the tight end, the Y, is always to the strong side. So that's how they say, or we would say, strong end. Okay, now you look at the wheel, he's to the left. He's not over the Y. And the Mike is in the middle. And you see that's a Sam nickel. Okay? He's a Sam nickel defensive back. He's going to carry that guy into the flats, or he's going to carry him from the hook to curl. Okay? Okay, now let's go into the personnel family breakdown. Personal group, dime. Personal group, 4-1 dime. Extra term to know, Dime is a personal term used to identify 6 defensive backs in the game. Okay, so they're going to come at you basically in a 4, 1 linebacker, 6 defensive backs. They still can be playing you cover 2. They can be playing cover 4. They can come at you playing quarters. Now it's a shell. Now remember that when the ball is hiked, or even a little bit before the ball is hiked, they can start running and getting back into the defense they're correctly playing, because they are showing you a defense, but that doesn't mean they're going to play that. And that's what gets most of these quarterbacks, because they're not taught that. A lot of them are not taught pre and post snap read, or if they are, they're not going in depth with it. They're not going in depth is that every foot movement that the quarterback make, it means something. That first step is to get you away from the line or to get you moving back. And that step should be straight back, especially if you're passing, unless you're going to do a rollout. And then the second step, if you're underneath the center, or even if you're not underneath the center, should be a small crossover step. Then the third step, either you throwing on a 3-step drop or you are getting back to a 5-step drop. With that third step, it should be even larger. Okay? But you're looking. On that second or third step, your head is downfield looking at that defense. And now they're rolling. Defensive backs are going to where they need to go. Linebackers are moving out into the area they need to go. If you don't understand that, all you're going to do is throw pick sixes and interceptions. And like I say, you're going to get sent to the bench and you're going to get your coaches fired. Okay? Now, and as you're looking at it, you got 2-by-2 formation. The tight end is detached. Okay? Now, you have, and as you're looking at that, look at the defense. You have a nickel Sam, and on the other side, you have a dime wheel. Okay? And look at this. On the other side right here, you see the corner. The 2 corners are playing to the outside, trying to funnel you into the inside to that free safety. He could still be in a cover 2. It can be cover 2. And you to the outside as the cornerback, trying to funnel and push you in toward that nickel Sam or that strong safety. And the nickel Sam, he could have the flats. Or here, you could be in a cover 2 man. With the Mike could be guarding also the halfback coming out the backfield or the spine the quarterback. But you got to understand the nickel and the dime. The dime is considered, he would be the 6th defensive back. Okay, you're running at 4-1. 4 linemen, 1 linebacker. You still got the strong end. Okay, and you still have the strong tackle, weak end. That nickel Sam could be responsible for playing man-to-man. Depends on how they looking. If everybody's eyes is on the quarterback in the backfield, they're probably playing zone. If everybody's eyes is straight on their man and their head, then they're probably playing straight up man. And like I say, they don't have to be up close on you. That's a different type. That's bump and run. Okay, now, then at 3-by-1. As they guard 3-by-1, tight end and flanker or the Z is all on one side, and the strong formation shift. You got 1 back in the back, you know, so you still have your Y, your F, and your Z cornerback now. They still could be in cover 2. he could have him, they could be playing a split coverage. They could be playing cover 2 to their free safety and cornerback side on the left side. And they could be playing cover 4 on this other side. Okay? With the corner and the free safety are playing quarter, quarter, half. He's playing a quarter. The corner is back playing quarter. The free safety over here could be playing quarter. The nickels could be going to the flats. And the dime could be going to the flat. Now this is basically a coverage defense. This is not a run-stopping defense. This is to guard your pass. With the Willie, he could be spying that running back in the backfield. Okay? You have to look at the different defensive formation and recognize who's in and what they're doing. Because as I'm looking at that, when the ball is high, everybody, all the defensive backs, the cornerback, the safety, and the free safety, the other cornerback can head straight back, taking deep. The Mike defensive back, dime, and the nickel defensive back, they could be playing underneath coverages. They could be playing a cover 2 man. They could be playing a cover 3. All they have to do is roll that safety, free safety down. Strong safety take to the middle. Both cornerbacks drop back. Play the deep thirds. Free safety could come on the blitz. So you have to understand your pre and post snap reads. Now, here is quarters. Now, I didn't say cover 4, I said quarters. And as you look, the personnel family breakdown, personnel group is light. It's light 4, personnel group 4, quarters. Extra terms you might know, quarters is a personnel term to use to identify 7 defensive backs in the game. They could even be playing a cover 7. Now, you look at the diagram that I have. Your 4 basic defensive backs, plus 3 other, or 2 other defensive backs. Strong safety, as you see him here. Then you have your free safety, your nickel Sam, cornerback, quarters guy, he's your Mike. Then you have the dime and Willie. He's a dime and is a Mike. And you have the nickel and the other cornerback. That's against an empty backfield. You know they're playing pass. And the defenses that they can play, they can be playing a cover 6, a cover 7, a cover 2. They can be playing a cover 4. They can even play a cover 3. They can even send that quarter Mike linebacker into the middle of the field and play a Tampa 2. Now, all I did is change them and change formations. Still, look at the Y detach. the flanker, the Z, out by that corner. They could still be in a bunch formation. Could have put the Y behind the F, excuse me, or the Z behind the F, behind the Y and the F. And as we see the quarters, he's still the wheel. Because if you look at it, you still have the wheel, the Mike, the Sam. But now they're just defensive backs. And a lot of times when you see this, they will come at you with a blitz. Or they stay back into their coverage. Okay, look at this. This is the personnel. They went into a 4-4. This is called a heavy formation, basically, because they strictly in the I formation with 2 tight ends. So that's basically a running formation. So they brought in the heavy people. So now you look at the wheel, the weak end, weak tackle, strong end, and the Sam. You got the Mike and the Jack. You got the corners. They playing back in a 3-spoke defense or covering 1/3 of the field. They're going to try to blitz the Will and the Sam, or the Mike, or the Jack. And as you look at that heavy personnel, because they're in a strictly run formation, they're in the I formation with 2 tight ends and 1 receiver. But now, as you look at this defense doesn't have to stay that way. When that ball is hiked, the Sam could drop back, the safety could cheat over and play 1/2 of the field, the Sam could play the other half of the deep, and the corners could play in the flats, and then that become a cover 2. They could drop when the ball is high. Everybody, all the defensive backs, the normal defensive backs, the corner, the free safety, and the Sam, and the other corner could all drop back, running straight back, bellying out, and they would change into a cover 4. And the cover 4, they would cover 1/4 of that field. Each one of the 4 defensive backs are responsible for 1/4 of the field. The Will would take anything to the flats. And the Mike could take anything in the middle. And the Jack could take the flats. They could run the Sam back into the half of the field. Cornerbacks could come up, and they can play cover 2 man. So you have to be ready for whatever. As soon as that ball hike, they are not, or they shouldn't stay in the same defense that they're in. Because here, you know they're coming.